After popular demand, many years in the making, we've created a Thingiverse account. If you're not familiar with what Thingiverse is, it is one of the many sites that you can host or upload STL files for many prints. So let's talk about it. So let me know if you have used Thingiverse. If you have a Thingiverse account and want to share it, put your comment down below for sure. And is this something that you would actually like, or would you prefer us to print these for you? Let me know in the comments. So if you've got a 3D printer, you're probably already familiar with Thingiverse. Thingiverse, Thingy, Thingiverse, Thingiverse.com. As you can see, we have a Holmes Hobbies page now. So Thingiverse/Holmes Hobbies, it'll bring it to you. And what I have uploaded so far is the shelf brackets for the slat wall and the Bastard Jr. skid plates. So let's look at these shelf brackets first. I've got a couple of files in here. The one that you should know about is the bracket test. This is something that you print and you make sure that it fits your bracket wall, your shelf, whatever this stuff is called, slat wall, before you print a bunch of shelves for it. So this is what I do on most things, is I print a little test before I spend a bunch of time on the rest. And then we have a few other brackets here. We've got the 200 millimeters, which is what all of my rigs are sitting on. We have the 150 millimeters, which I believe are the slightly smaller ones up there. And then I also have these spool filaments here, which fit normal filament spools for 3D printers. And this may or may not be useful to you, but I like to hang stuff up and get them out of the way. And it actually works well enough that you can spool directly off of these. You can feed directly off of these. And it's not the most free spinning. It doesn't have ball bearings or anything on there, but for how much they weigh and the edges and everything like that, it works just fine, especially plastic ones. And I'm looking right now, I'm pulling directly off of cardboard tubes into my printers that are on this bracket right here for the filament spools. It works just fine. So if you want to be super duper lazy, you certainly can. So let's look real quick. I believe this is my 150, I think. I may have, yeah, this is 110 millimeters. So the super small ones, maybe they're not in these files. I did a lot of different files. I only exported what I found on my computer. So yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, this is the 200s. These are gonna hold pretty much all 10 scale rigs. You can't just size down stuff, but the 150s should still be big enough for most of your rigs. I have them listed as 150s. I wonder if they're actually 110. That's my fault for, yeah, these are all 110s. Well, whatever. Let's take a look here. Those are the 150s. 200s and 150s. Yeah, 200s, those are the ones that the rigs are all sitting on. I see here the 150s are not the ones with a little lip, so I don't actually have the smaller ones on here. I'll try to find them, I guess. But yeah, so there's our slat wall. There's our slat wall brackets. Oh, and you know, while you're looking, I think you can see this on camera. Can they see this on camera? The way that I designed these is that you can't just insert them straight into the slat wall. You don't have to put them down and slide them all the way, because this slat wall here is 16 feet long and I didn't want to have to slide it all the way down. So you insert and just whoop, pull down just like this and you're good to go. It holds really well, actually. If I wasn't afraid of the slat wall itself blowing out, I would show you that I can actually hang on 2 of these, and on 4, no problems. But I'm more worried about the slat wall blowing out than I am the actual brackets. And as an aside, don't print these in PLA because the PLA will creep over time. I can see after the years of all of these sitting on the wall, or the year, however long it's been, they're starting to kind of creep under the weight and become deformed. So PETG, ABS, something that doesn't creep. Pretty much all types of PLA are going to creep. It's going to work fine for you for years, but just be aware that you may have them start to sag off the shelf and things will fall over years. So you probably want to spend your time doing it right the first time. Use something like PETG. All right, the transmission skids. So this is essentially an SCX 10 bolt pattern combined with the OD3 deluxe transmission, just for the Bastard Junior. Now, I put into the file details how you should probably print these. I believe that the drop skid, which is what I'm running right now on this, the drop skid is going to give you the best geometry with your stock upper link mounts and just everything in general, but it is a long skid compared to today's modern stuff. But I have short skids, I have long skids, I got flat skids, we got the drop skid on there. So you got some options, you can play around with them, you can print them yourself and see what you like best. But I will say that the roll center and everything with my build was definitely, oh no, it was definitely best with the drop skid. So that's what I recommend. It's in the files. 7 walls, 15% infill, up to 100% if you want to do something bulky and heavy and, you know, beefy or whatever. Again, PETG would be my recommendation, not PLA. ABS or nylon would actually be better. Something with maybe carbon fiber chop infill would give you a like a harder, kind of a slidier sort of print. That's for you to figure out. But yeah, files are up there, print orientations, everything. Also got some transmission spacers, as you can see here, because depending on the size of your motor and how everything lays out, you may need to bump up your transmission a little bit so that you can clear a full-size motor. If you're running a smaller diameter motor, then no problems at all. Or one of mine that has the relief on the face, like our 2-in-1s, the relief on the face actually clears your skid plate with the position that I put the OD3 transmission. So there you go. That's all I got up there so far. I'm sure there's a lot of other stuff I've designed over the years that y'all might like to see on Thingiverse. So if there is, let me know. I can't remember everything that I've designed over the years and put up. I've got it all in Jump Drive right now, and it is gigs and gigs of products that I have, and yeah, I don't remember all of it. So if there's something that you remember that you want to see on Thingiverse, then just let me know. I'm very happy to share the files, as long as that's not my production files for something, then absolutely, we will put it up there for you. And you can print it, or if you want us to print it, let us know, and I will do my best to set up a product on the website and we can print them for you. Like these skids, I can't promise it'll be the very best of the very best print, but it definitely will be functional, and it won't be very high priced because our printers haven't been running lately. I haven't been getting big jobs from the university here lately, so they're doing nothing but sitting there collecting dust, and may as well offer some 3D prints. I know I've teased that for years, but at this point, hey, I got a Thingiverse up, we got the files up, so you know, least I could do is probably do that kind of stuff too for you. All right, that's that. We have a Thingiverse now. If you got any suggestions or comments or whatever, just leave them down below. We'll do our best to get to them. And as always, thanks for tuning in. Print on! What kind of things have you downloaded from Thingiverse?